Hello everyone, and welcome to another Let's Play for TownCraft. This is the new map that we have only just released. It's called Gold Rush, although I did want to call it Dry as a Bone, but we never really got there for one reason or another. So this is my town, relatively small. This is day 2. It's another one of those challenge maps that gives you 12 days to do the best you can. And there's a few differences that we've made to this one. There's a couple of new objects, these little sheep skulls being one. They just kind of start just strewn about the place, and you can chuck them onto pikes and get a skull pike. There's one quest that gives you, or asks you for 8 of them, and you're supposed to do that, and you get some buckets. It's another level where things are a little bit not generous in terms of what you're going to find in the environment, so most of your stuff comes from trading in quests. But it's not quite as restrictive as some previous levels have been, so you can get almost anything that you need from trading. So if you're good at making money off of one thing or another, you'll do fine. So this little dirt patch here is what I'm using as my farm. Kind of got to push away some of the stuff that's on there before you can use it, and as you'll undoubtedly notice, it's in very short supply. You could farm over here around this oasis, but you're not really likely to get 2 tiles worth of green that are next to each other. So you're not going to get a big or a proper farm. So up here, I have a wood supply, but I would also like to use this area for a farm. So what I'm going to do instead is, I've been going and grabbing some coconuts, and you can plant coconuts and they'll grow into palm trees, and then you can cut them down for more wood or get more coconuts. And so I'll just sort of build a little forest from scratch there, and I can come up here whenever I want and grab that stuff. Mission that I'm on at the moment, or the quest rather, is that I'll get a couple of buckets if I can get 12 gold pebbles. Pebbles are one of the new items in the game, and they are what you get from gold panning. So you see these little sort of shallow bits where there's some rocks in the water, and the little indicator that there's some gold there. Tap repeatedly, and as long as you have an iron plate like I do here, then you can pan for a little while until each spot is empty. Now you'll notice you really don't get a great return on this. I remember going gold panning once when I was in high school, and you really get nothing. They're just like, you sit there all day and you come away with practically nothing. So I thought, I know, I'm going to put other people through the same tedium. No, just kidding. It's what we've done is we've added a new profession, so you can get your workers to come out and do that stuff for you. So you can just hire them as a gold panner. If it's not there on your list, try scrolling down, you will see it. And we've made them nice and cheap as well. It's like 40 copper coins per day. And sometimes, because your workers won't actually take anything back to your stockpile unless they have enough. So they're not going to bother coming back to drop off, 1 or 2 wheat. And since they're a lot slower than you, and since it's so rare to get gold pebbles, what you're going to find is that sometimes they will take 2 full days before they return anything. But when they do, they're going to return, a dozen gold pebbles and possibly some actual gold nuggets as well. I think I put it in there that it's a 1% chance or something ridiculously small like that, but you can get actual gold just from panning, not just the pebbles. Anyway, that's gold panning. I'm not going to go ahead and finish the entire mission, but what I will do is just build up my town a little. So what have I got here? 8 gold pebbles out of the 12 I needed to get. That's not bad. I'll actually cancel the mission just so I can check out what some other people have to offer. So what I tend to do to eke out a living in this is hire a gold panner as quickly as I can and just make sure I've got some money. So whatever it is you're usually good at when it comes to making a bit of quick cash, just employ it here. Get one person I know likes to just craft a whole bunch of chairs and sell those. Oh, here we go. See, this is the reason I actually put the sheep skulls in there. There's only the one use for them other than they just look cool. I like to have them on either side of the road as a little welcome to my town type thing. But yeah, you can get lanterns from this guy. So I will accept that because that is an awesome thing to get this early in the game. How many do I have here? 2 on pikes, 2 not on pikes. Well, let's make that 4 on pikes. Grab a 5th. Oh, this is very important as well. Honey is particularly rare in this level. So if you can actually manage to find enough in the environment to build your first little beehive box, then I suggest you do that. The beehive boxes, for those of you who aren't aware, are made out of wax and honey and wooden planks. So we need a crafting table, which I happen to have inside my little house here. So I'll craft one of those and probably a few bird houses as well, get me some canary nests. Wax, honey, wooden planks, done. Much like the little coconut forest, it really only takes one of these things to start you off, and then the rest will write itself. However, my quest for sheep skulls needs to continue. Where are they? Wow, this map has not very many sheep skulls. You know what? I'm not going to make you endure me walking halfway across the world to find some, but anyway, that's another thing you can do in the game. But what you really want to be doing is trading with every single merchant that passes by in this map. So what have I got that I can sell? Basically nothing. So let's see. The pebbles can be mixed with a whole bunch of things. They can be used in the same way gems can. So if I can just get some basic jewellery going, then I can quite easily turn that jewellery into studded jewellery. So you can do things like getting the gold ring and studding it with the gold pebbles, or you can get iron or silver rings, same deal. And then, as well as that, you can create lockets. We've added a new one, which is the wax seal, which is mixing wax and iron tool bits, and it gives you like one of those little stamp presses. I actually really want one of those. I kind of think I should get one and just have it here, like with a little TownCraft logo on it, or the little pickaxe icon, maybe something like that. Okay, so here's a merchant. I will just sell a couple of chairs because that's a cheap and easy way to do things. Trade. And this is how you get most of your basic crops in this level. They've got pretty much everything useful. Again, I've decided not to put raw iron in there, so the only way to get iron is to buy semi-finished or iron goods directly from a trader. So let's see, I'm going to go 1 iron sheet. I'll show you why in a second. I've already got myself an iron plate, so I can already go panning. I generally only buy like 2 or 3 of each type of crop. Reason being, there really isn't a whole lot of farmland around, as you can see, but it's also just because I like to have a bunch of variety in this map. More so than in other maps, because for the first time we've actually given the vegetables a use other than getting cooked in things. After numerous requests from various fans writing in saying, why can't I make vodka? We decided, alright, fine. It's totally period inaccurate, by the way. You couldn't well, I'm sure you could have distilled something if you existed back in medieval times, but, well, we're not really that realistic. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but you can just grab a pizza and plant it in the ground and it grows into a pizza tree. So we're not going for ultimate realism here. So I'll turn this into a big farm later. For now, iron sheet, turn into iron rings with pebbles, studded iron rings. As you can see, it uses a lot. Like that was 8 pebbles. You saw how long it took me to actually go get them, and all I've got is 2 studded rings for that, which is not very many. I need a merchant to sell them off to. Anyway, point being, you really will want to hire some poor little dude to sit there panning for you all day as soon as possible. I need tool bits so I can mix them with iron bands and get a sundial so I know the time of day. I tend to not hire anyone too late in the day, otherwise I'm not getting very much bang for my buck. So make him a gold panner, hire, dun, 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 and he's off. Best of luck, Toadstool, which is what I'm going to call you from now on for no good reason. And I need to make sure I got $40 when he wakes up. Studded iron rings aren't worth much. I'll sell the rest of the iron rings as well. There's my $40 for tomorrow. However, I do also have a few new things. So I'm just going to be selfish and inconsiderate and unkind and all those other nasty things. So anyway, this is the map. So yeah, you've got oases, where you can find most of the palm trees, which you'll need to grab a bunch of so you can start your own little palm tree forest like I have. You've got these dirt patches, which will give you your most basic resources. Oh, I should also mention, I really wanted to make gold the center of this map. Everything else you trade for, you're not going to find silver or iron or coal in anything, so in this little patch I've got next to my house, you will find nothing. But we've got this dry-ass riverbed running down the middle of the map, and it's full of all the little pebbling locations. There are heaps of them, so you could hire like easily 4 gold panners, and it would pay off. It just might take a day or two to start paying off. And that's our map. So you'll notice we've been including everything from previous maps. We've got these little shrubs here. We've got the palm trees from Desert Island. The mesas, these big rocks, are kind of like the, what did we call them? The brambles, the really big impassable things that we've used for the edge of the map. We had our environmental artist draw them up just for this map, and I happen to think they look awesome. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this Let's Play video and check out where we're at with our little gold panning town. Oh, and since it's the most common question that I get asked, if you want to make a bar or a shop, what you'll need to do, first of all, is place your either bar or your shopkeeping counter where I've got this crafting table here, so the very top part of whatever building it is, and then a little button will appear in the top left-hand corner of the screen, which will be like a little satchel, and when you click on it, it looks the same as if you're tapping on your stockpile. On the left is your inventory, on the right is the stuff the shop intends to sell. The tavern will sell anything that is food or drink, but like actual finished food or drinks. Don't just sell dough or something. And the shop will sell all of your dry goods. So, again, thank you for taking the time, and I hope you guys enjoy Gold Rush.